Breaking news: Afe Babalola and Dele Farotimi. Dele Farotimi regains freedom after meeting bail condition. Wow! So he has been released out of the prison custody and is on his way to his home in Lagos. This is a very nice development, and this just popped in now, and this is good news to hear. It means that they did everything to ensure that it does not do Christmas and New Year in that custody. This is what everybody wants to hear. The man is not worried, and now wow. Embattled activist lawyer Dele Farotimi has regained his freedom after meeting his bail conditions. Okay. So disclosing this, activist politician Omoyele Sowore said Farotimi is returning to his home in Lagos. Posting on his X handle, Sowore said the embattled activist lawyer was no longer at the prison yards in Ekiti State. He wrote, "I am pleased to report that Dele Farotimi is no longer being held at the prison yard in Ekiti State and is now returning home to Lagos. The struggle continues." A few days ago, a chief magistrate court in Ado-Ekiti had granted Farotimi 30 million naira bail. So, Daily Post reports that the lawyer was arrested earlier in the month for allegedly defaming Afe Babalola, a senior advocate of Nigeria and founder of the Afe Babalola University at Ekiti in Ekiti State. So Farotimi, who was remanded in a correctional center in Ado-Ekiti, the Ekiti State capital, arrived at the magistrate court premises around 9:45 p.m. on Friday and amid heavy security presence. So what Shivule is telling us here now is that Farotimi has been released and is on his way now back to his house. This is a good news, and this is what everybody has been waiting to hear. So thank God that he has been released, and thank God for those that have supported him to meet the bail condition, because that is key. That is key. I know that a lot of well-meaning Nigerians, people who wants to see Nigeria become what it's supposed to be, have put their efforts around it to make sure that he regains his freedom. So this is a good news, and congratulations to Dele Farotimi again. But again, Sowore is saying that the struggle continues, meaning that he is not going to keep quiet. Dele Farotimi will not keep quiet. The struggle for freedom of Nigerians continues because we are in a kind of internal slavery. That is what we are into. Previously, under the colonial masters, we were under external slavery. But now we say we've gotten freedom and independence in 1960 till today, but we just slided from being under external slavery to now being under internal slavery, where the few privileged politicians have held 250 million Nigerians captive in a political system called democracy. Quite unfortunate, but then the struggle continues according to Sowore. So the Dele Farotimi now has regained freedom and is on his way back to his house in Lagos, just released a few minutes ago. Nigerian human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi, who had been detained for weeks following legal challenges involving senior lawyer Afe Babalola, has regained his freedom from an Ekiti prison. Omoyele Sowore, former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress AAC, shared the news on his official X handle on Tuesday. I am pleased to report that Dele Farotimi is no longer being held at the prison's yard in Ekiti State and is now returning home to Lagos. Sowore wrote, "So the struggle continues. Happy holidays to you all." So News Central gathered Farotimi is on his way back to Lagos State. Details will emerge shortly. Wow, this is a good one. So now that it's been reported that Dele Farotimi has been released and is on his way to Lagos, so what next? We need to, I think the details are still emerging. Maybe by the end of the day, we will know how he's going to manage, how the case will be managed and how he's going to be reporting. And probably they would have seized his international passport by now because they gave a very stringent bail condition. And one is that it must be signed by two shorties who own property in Ekiti State. He will submit their passport, and then he will not, all the people will not grant press interview on the matter. I'm telling you. But again, that will not stop people from speaking. That is it. What Dele Farotimi is talking is a very big issue in Nigeria, which is Nigeria and its criminal justice system. Because if you look at Nigeria right for a very long time, you see that it's only the rich that gets justice. The poor will just be sentenced anytime, without even any recourse for second thought. We saw the situation where in Osun State, somebody, he was like he stole fowl or whatever, and he was sentenced to death. How can that be? Meanwhile, we have people who have stolen billions of our Nigerian commonwealth, and nobody, and the judiciary is dancing front and back around it. People have made derogatory statements against, against each other in the political space. They have not done anything to that. But once a common man on the street makes comment, they will go and arrest the person. So the judicial system has been something else. You look at what about election rigging, election manipulations, and the politicians using the judiciary to get what they want because they have the money. So if you look at the entire happenings in Nigeria, you will know that you really don't need, you really don't need some kind of unwarranted evidence to see what is happening in Nigeria. The unfortunate thing is that when people speak, the next thing is they go after them and they pick them up. But that is actually a very bad one. So now Sowore has said that the struggle continues. So it means that the case will continue in court. Dele Farotimi already have seen that the Lawyers Association Disciplinary Committee of the Nigerian Bar Association in Nigeria have said that they will not debar Dele Farotimi from practicing law, because that was the request that Babalola was making, saying that he should be debarred. But then, no, they have refused to allow that to happen. So Dele Farotimi has been a freedom fighter. The only good thing which people don't know, even the politicians, even Babalola don't know, is that what Dele Farotimi wrote in his book is what has been acted out by Afia Babalola himself, using the security forces, using the judiciary, and trying to manipulate everything to incapacitate Farotimi. This is evident in Farotimi's book, and exactly what Afia Babalola has done is now going to be an evidence for him in the court, that what this man has done is an evidence. So I'm waiting for Farotimi to throw a bombshell around this, because exactly what he said in his book that is causing the whole problem is exactly what Afia Babalola has done to him in Ekiti State, and acted it out perfectly, end to end. I'm telling you. So we're waiting to see how this will be managed, how it will be, how it will go on going forward, to see exactly where we stand. So thank you for listening. Let's have a comment. As Farotimi is on his way to his house in Lagos and is not spending the Christmas and the New Year in the prison custody. But again, according to Sowore, the struggle continues.